Hi, friends. I have a book to read to you today, and it's kind of special because it is a real, true book from a real scientist. There are scientists that actually study butterflies. They see how the butterflies grow up and change. They even see how the butterflies move and where they fly. This is a special book called Butterflies. And the pictures in this book are from a real camera. It's super cool. I wanted to read this with you today so we can learn more about butterflies from real scientists. This book was written by Tori Kosara. Let's read it together. Have you ever seen a butterfly where you live? Butterflies are flying insects that often have beautifully colored wings. They can be found in many places around the world. But most species live in warm, tropical areas, like rainforests. Butterflies begin their lives as eggs. Often, the eggs are laid on a leaf. It can take anywhere between a few days to 3 weeks for butterfly eggs to hatch. So this is a picture from a camera, and they had to zoom way in to take this picture. If you looked at a leaf and there were little white dots on it, those little white dots might be butterfly eggs. When the egg hatches, a tiny larva emerges. Larva is a word for a little baby insect. Do these babies look like butterflies? Not really. A butterfly larva is also called a caterpillar. The caterpillar eats and eats. It grows so big that it might shed its skin up to 6 times. When you get big, you have to get new clothes to fit on your bigger body. But when a caterpillar gets too big, its skin comes off and it gets bigger skin. Lucky for you, your skin grows when you grow. Most caterpillars are herbivores. That means they munch on leaves and flowers. How do you think caterpillars move? That's a good question. I noticed that caterpillars have lots of tiny little legs, so I think they might scoot around on little tiny legs. After about 4 weeks, the caterpillar spins a layer of silk called a cocoon around itself. Once it has created the cocoon, the caterpillar becomes a pupa or chrysalis. Inside, the caterpillar slowly transforms into a butterfly. This process is a long word, metamorphosis. Can you say that word? Metamorphosis. That's when something changes into something new. A caterpillar is changing into a butterfly. Look at this. Wow, a real camera took these pictures. The caterpillar stays in the chrysalis for about 15 days. Finally, a beautiful butterfly emerges. It comes out. You see, first right here, it's inside the chrysalis, and then it starts to come out, and now it's holding onto the chrysalis with its legs. So cool. Wow. Butterflies drink the nectar from flowers using part of their body called a proboscis. Proboscis. It's kind of like a straw. Some butterflies drink liquid from fruit. Butterflies have their own little straw that they use to eat. That would be kind of funny if you had a straw that was just part of your body. At night, or during bad weather, butterflies hang underneath leaves. They might also hide between rocks or in other safe places. Can you think of a safe place where a butterfly might stay during a storm? Maybe my front porch. They might come onto the porch to get out of the rain and wait for the storm to be over. The scaly wings of a butterfly can be many beautiful colors like blue, yellow, or orange. These colorful scales can act like camouflage. They can also warn away enemies. Did you know that butterflies have enemies? There's other animals like birds that like to eat butterflies for a tasty snack. And so sometimes butterflies have really special designs on their wings to scare away those enemies. Like this one looks like a really big eyeball. And so if a bird was like, oh, a tasty snack, they might look over and say, oh, never mind. It's an animal with a really big eyeball. And they'd fly away. Look at the picture right here. This butterfly doesn't have bright colors like orange and red and blue. It looks like tree bark. Let me show you up close. It's camouflaged on the tree bark. So if a bird was flying by, it might not even see this butterfly. Because they're cold-blooded, butterflies warm themselves in the sun until they're ready to fly. What are some things that you do when you are cold? I might put on a jacket or maybe do some jumping jacks. Maybe turn on the heater. Butterflies have to wait in the sun to warm up. Monarch butterflies have orange and black wings. Male, that's a boy, male monarchs have an extra dark spot on the back of their wing. Female, that's the girls, female monarchs do not have that spot. So take a look at these two monarch butterflies. The boy butterfly has black spots on its bottom wing, but the girl butterfly does not have dark spots on its bottom wing. Can you tell which butterfly on this picture is a boy and which one is a girl? I noticed that this butterfly has a black dot right here. Do you see those black dots? That one's the boy. Do you see any of those black dots on this butterfly? That one must be the girl. Scientists know so many things about butterflies. Look at these ones. The largest butterfly in the whole world is the Queen Alexandra's birdwing, which has a wingspan of up to 1 foot. Wow, that's really big. If that butterfly spread out its wings, it would be like as big as a plate. That's really big. The pygmy blue is the smallest butterfly in the world. This tiny butterfly is less than 1 inch from wing to wing. So if you stuck your finger out, just like this picture, the butterfly would be as big as your finger, just as wide as your finger. That's so small. That's a teeny tiny little butterfly. Butterflies are very similar to moths. But they are different insects. Most butterflies are active during the day, but moths come out at night. They're nocturnal. Moths also have more scales on their wings, so they look a little fuzzy. Have you ever seen a moth? Sometimes if I have a light outside my house, like on the porch or something, the moth will come fly next to that light at nighttime. I've noticed moths at my house before. What other differences do you notice with these animals? There's one that's a butterfly and one that's a moth. There are some things that are different. Let's turn the page. Butterflies help to pollinate flowers, just like bees. There are 20,000 types of butterflies on the planet, and each one is so important. Butterflies do a really important job. They help plants to grow, even plants that we eat, like apple trees. Without butterflies, these plants wouldn't be able to be pollinated. That's when a little bit of the flower dust gets transferred to other plants. The butterflies help that to happen, and that's how the plants can grow. So butterflies are really important animals. Sometimes people like to plant special gardens that will attract butterflies. There's really special kinds of flowers that the butterflies really like. And so you can plant a special butterfly garden and the butterflies will find your garden and fly all around and pollinate the flowers. That sounds like a lot of fun at your house. I love reading books about animals, and I've got a whole bunch more that I'd like to read with you. If you hit the subscribe button below, we can keep reading together. I also have a virtual preschool class, and we learn so many things on a screen just like this. There's a link below for that too if you want more information. I love reading stories, and I hope you'll come back soon to read more books with me. See you soon.